Like the reason, okay, look at this as like a card game, okay? The best decks in TCGs typically are either things that do very powerful game mechanics and they excel at that. Like if the card game's strongest mechanic is drawing cards, decks that draw you a lot of cards are going to be some of the strongest decks. So in League, you can think about it that way. Like League of Legends champs that do very strong things for League of Legends, like heal, or like Shield is a good example. Like those are really strong champs and items to build. Crit is another one. Crit is just really strong. Well, the other example I want to talk about is like toolboxes. Like there's also like decks that do everything in card games. Like if you have a deck that has a massive toolbox that has access to all kinds of different mechanics, that's also really good. And so in League, it's like similar. Like classes that have access to pretty much everything, like bruisers, they're going to just be the best class because even if they're not situationally the strongest, they're just the most consistent. Bruisers legit have an item for every situation. Solutions probably like divide those roles across assassins as well, because bruisers and assassins are really similar. The reason I say that is if you take a bruiser, example Irelia, and you compare it to like Talon, it's like Irelia, if she hits her combo, you're probably just one shot off that, but on top of that she has that defensiveness. On the other hand, Talon, if he hits his combo, it does a bit more. You're getting one shot in both situations, but Talon has an easier time escaping because he has tools in his kit to get out. Versus Irelia, her tools are more to survive. But at the end of the day, if you're ahead, they're both going to one-shot you. So that's why bruisers and assassins are kind of like cousins. If anyone ever says that's not true, like bruisers are nothing like assassins, you're an idiot. The fact that most assassins right now are building bruiser is proof that they are cousins. It just confirms my theory that assassins can just be played as bruisers. The results are very similar. What they do is really similar. Assassins shouldn't be early game champs. We should just be late game champs, because all the bullshit that counters assassins kind of doesn't matter as much in the late game. So instead they should just buff the late game, like focus more on that and then nerf the early. It would also probably make assassins less frustrating to play against if when they can start one-shotting you, it comes in later, like their scaling class, like they need 2 to 3 items to start one-shotting, but then they also scale really, really hard. Kind of like mages right now. I wish that this preseason they just made the map bigger, nerfed roaming by making it take longer to roam, especially with how good plates can be. Seems like it's really hard to even get like 2 plates when someone roams, when it should be really consistent to get 2 to counter a roam. Wish lane phase mattered more in mid lane, because like your ability to lane a lot of the time can just be like irrelevant against like a certain play style. Like there's just so many defensive ways to play mid lane now. Like, being the better mid honestly doesn't matter. I'm just gonna reset and get my Dirk. Like, Dirk is so strong. It's actually so strong. It's like more than half of the power of an item. Like, obviously you know that's not right. But like the class is so bad at like the mid game compared to every other class besides maybe mages, depending on what they build though. Like that 2 to 3 item area, assassins just blow, turbo blow compared to other classes. But then 4 items plus, they start to get better. At that point though, depending on your champ, you'll start to fall off, so it won't matter. So that's why Dirk has to be that strong. I don't like it though. Like just buff Eclipse, give it 20 haste. Make all of the AD from the mythic items the same, and then just like make the differences about, sorry, all the stats the same. Make the difference the abilities that you get from buying. Dude. If he lived, I would have been so upset. Bruisers. Hecker meets Beths. Eclipse was only built by everybody because nobody knew how to build at the start of the season. And then it got gutted, like, it got nerfed like 4 times. It's so gutted now. I have to go this way.
A true master.
Flash. You can alt Silas's W. A lot of people don't know that. My god, bro. Do less damage, please. It's a shame. You know what? It was greeting for chaosing W. I just shouldn't have even bothered. I wanted to chaos a couple kills. It's fine though. Bruisers. Doesn't even have to build pen, man. This is what I was talking about earlier that you missed. Like, bruisers are just an archetype that have a toolbox for everything. They have every situation. They have an item to answer for. It's unbelievable that the class is tuned that way. Like, seriously, look at all of these, like, bruiser, this is bruiser tailored, bruiser tailored, bruiser tailored, bruiser tailored, bruisers, bruisers. All these items are bruiser tailored, and they each do something different, and they're good in different situations. That doesn't even count their mythics. Like, it's insane. Meanwhile, assassins, we've got, just, 2 to 3 situational items. I'm gonna reset it. Eclipse for funsies. Yeah, on Zed half the time I can't do anything until I get a certain item. Yeah, I'd trade 8% Omnivamp for 20 haste any day on this item. Omnivamp is nice, but like if I really wanted Omnivamp, I'd be taking Ravenous Hunter. We already have that in runes. Like, we didn't need that in items. Did you see? Hold up. Did you see the new mage item? The new mage mythic? Okay, so this is what it is. It's a mythic item that grants health, mana, obviously damage, and the passive on the mythic item is you get a Malzahar shield that when procced gives you percentage damage reduction for 1.5 seconds. And while the shield is active, you get extra ability haste. It looks so insane. It's a mythic too, so you can build that into Zanya's. I crit the Sona. Wrecked.
Oh my Laceration.